I'm Josh Richardson, and I'd like to introduce you to my new venture, Victory Lap Coaching Services. A consulting business in nature, Victory Lap Coaching Services is going to cater to the runner who wants a coach. We're going to help out the beginners who, for fear of injury, for lack of experience or knowledge about running, we're going to help them reach their goals, whether it's a fitness goal, a weight goal, a specific time they want to hit in a race. We're going to cater to the runner at every experience level. As a runner myself, I have a lot of experience, and I'm here to help you in any way I can, whether it's motivation, encouragement, educated training programs that are fit to your needs. Ultimately, our goal is to help you win these. Here at Victory Lap Coaching Services, we're committed to growing our business by adding a personal element to running and laying out detailed plans for runners of all experience levels, making it more accessible, enjoyable, and personalized as you reach new heights of health and happiness. Our targeted customers are going to consist of mainly beginners who don't want to get injured, they don't have much experience, and they really don't know the first thing about running. So we're here to help them out, try to make it an easy transition into running, and to make it an enjoyable process rather than something they come to hate. I've been running competitively for 9 years, so I've been fortunate to be able to build connections and network with former runners and coaches. I'm very familiar with the local running community. Because of my involvement in running, I have a good foundation built up for my network. In addition to high school coaches, college coaches, former competitors that I ran against, and just people I've met at different races and different running events, I also had the privilege of interviewing 3 people, all with slightly different backgrounds, but all within the personal training industry. The personal training industry is relatively new. It's largely dependent on the needs of the community, the wants of the community. So recently, with a lot of people being motivated to exercise and eat healthy, just live healthier lifestyles, the personal training industry has experienced a good deal of growth in the last 10 years. There are no major huge companies in the personal training industry. A lot of it is very individualized. A lot of people kind of doing what I'm doing, just independent coaching. So in this industry, my main competition is obviously going to be those other coaches, and another competitor is going to be the internet and online training programs. And I'll get into that a little bit later on where my competitive advantage is going to come in there. And the third type of person I'm going to be competing against is the high school, middle school, college coach for cross country or for track and field. My competitive advantage is mostly going to be the personal one-on-one coaching, rather than one coach to 30 people, just coaching them all at the same time, putting them into one general program. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the individual's needs specifically, as well as their goals, as well as their work schedule, and we're going to put together a plan that's going to work for them. And we're going to meet on a weekly or bi-weekly basis and just go over goals and just kind of measure that stuff to help them get to where they want to be. The pricing structure is going to consist of 3 different training plans: the gold plan, the silver plan, and the bronze plan. My hunch is that most people are going to enter in with the silver plan. I'll just kind of go through all those real quick. The gold plan is going to be $140 a week, and that's going to be full service, and hopefully that's something that more people are going to be attracted to later on as word of mouth kind of starts to spread, and the business gains a good reputation. That's going to include your, it's going to be daily face-to-face meetings, it's going to be training plans, it's going to be for any period of time, no limits there. It's also going to come with a discounted pair of running shoes, and the gold runners are going to be the ones with the highest priority. The silver plan is going to be $80 a week, which is very reasonable considering the per hour basis. There are many coaches out there who are charging $40 to $50 just for one face-to-face meeting. The silver training plan is going to consist of a goal-setting session, as with all of the plans, and then it's going to be 2 face-to-face one-on-one practices each week. In addition to the training plans, they can train for a specific race or a specific goal. And the third training plan we have is the bronze, and that's going to be $30 a week. And that's just going to be your typical training plan. There's going to be little face-to-face interaction. A lot of the training plans are just going to be emailed out, and still individualized, still personal for that person. It's going to be structured to what they need, but there will be less face-to-face time and none of the other benefits. And there's a 6-month limit to that. So this is ideal for the beginning runner who just doesn't have much time, but say they want to do a marathon 5 months from now and they want to train for that. Research and development for this company is going to be crucial. In order to have a leg up on the rest of the competition, we're going to need to have more knowledge, and we're going to need to know how to apply that knowledge to the training programs that we're implementing. So this is going to require attending different conferences, it's going to require reading and listening to speakers, very successful running coaches, people who have had more experience than I have. I'm going to have to rely on my network a lot, constantly be looking for feedback, just kind of shaping our training programs depending on what works and what doesn't. So it's going to require a lot of research, and I'm going to need to know my craft better than my competition. The upside to a consulting business is that the initial startup cost is very low. It's mostly selling expertise, so we don't have to spend money on production or shipping or any of those things. But because of that, we're going to have a very low budget for marketing and advertising. So at the outset, our marketing is going to be very simple. It's just going to be word of mouth. That's the most effective marketing method. It takes a long time to build that up gradually. We're gonna engage in other things like social media, flyers, brochures, try to get in the newspapers, just little things like that that aren't going to cost a lot of money. What we're also going to do, we're going to try to contact the Kiwanis Club, the Rotary Club, local clubs like that, and we're going to see if we can just kind of get into that community and start to network there and just get the word out of what our business is going to be doing. When we broke down the implementation plan and what this is going to look like for the timetable of starting this business, networking is going to be the first thing, the first priority, and that's a continuous process that actually began a while ago without me actually knowing that this was for a business, and that kind of continues. I just have to be intentional on meeting these people and continuing to network there. The next thing that we can do, it's a very simple thing within the first 1 to 2 weeks, is we're going to start social media pages, just kind of getting the word out on who we are as Victory Lap Coaching Services and what we do and what we offer. After that, we're going to start getting into our initial advertising. This is going to be the low-cost stuff, the things that we can do for free, simply just because we're not going to have the budget to do anything fancy, no huge billboards or anything like that. So this is going to be like the first week, going like 6 months out. This is going to be what we're going to do with like flyers, brochures, speaking events, going to different community events, things like that. After 1 or 2 months, I'd like to create a website, a very interactive website, again, that just kind of expands on who we are as a business, and they can get contact info for us, and they can just look into the different things that we offer and how we can make them a better runner or just a healthier person. After that, I'm going to need to get coaching certification. This is actually the first priority, but due to the courses that fill up pretty fast, it's not going to be another 3 or 6 months until I'm able to get this, and that's going to require travel and some costs for that. After that, we're going to start offering our services online. There's a website called CoachUp.com, and they work with a lot of individual coaches and they connect them to other people, and that's completely free. on our side of things. So that's going to be something really helpful that we want to get involved in as soon as we can. After that, we'll start paying for advertising and marketing and expanding that more. And then hopefully, as our business expands, this is an ideal scenario. We start hiring. We're going to be hiring more coaches. I'd like to look into hiring a nutritionist, as well as customer service associates for our running shoe store. And I could see this happening anytime in the first 2 to 3 years when we really get that running store going. In that same time, that 2 to 3 year timetable, we're going to be building up inventory with our shoes. And also I'd like to rent office space just to kind of give our business like a physical place where people can come visit and everything's going to be centralized. After that, we'd like to start selling our shoes to the general public. So this is going to be expanding beyond just the runners that I'm coaching and into people who just want a pair of shoes. And that's going to be another entrance way for them to get into looking into hiring a coach. And then after that, we're going to look into finding a bigger space for a bigger shoe store, and also move the office into that. And that's our ultimate goal, is expanding this into a physical, sustaining running shoe store, as well as the coaching service place, all at the same location. Remember, I'm Josh Richardson from Victory Lab Coaching Services, and our goal is to help you win these.